I have to bring this episode up. I just have to. Why? For two reasons. Let me bring this motherfucker over here. Over here. Over here. I want you guys to see the mask. Why is it not working? Anyways, here we go. What I want to talk about. Let me get this closer. Boom. Orange County versus Kern County, no. Bakersfield versus Irvine, no. City living to small town. There's a big difference between a big city that's connected with a lot of cities that creates like this. Like, for instance, Santa Ana's not big. Irvine's not. Well, Irvine's pretty big. Costa Mesa's not that big. However, because the Orange County itself getting closer to the LA County, everything's so squished together. Orange County looks like a big ass city. Then when you go to LA, it's still big, and when you go to the Oceanside area, it never feels that it's big. You get to know a lot of places. You get to visit a lot of places. You get to see a lot of things. It's more active. It's more booming. That's what I call a big city, not including LA, not including San Diego when you're right there down in the center. As opposed to Bakersfield, which is the bigger city or the bigger town out of all the small towns around it. It's a drastic change. It's very, very wow. Not a lot of traffic. Big traffic. Food is not as great. Food is great. More eventful. Not as eventful. But when there's events, people go and it's like jam-packed. Like when the county fair was active. When it was here. Everybody was there. Line was up the ass all the way to the far back. Where I was like, damn, people are crazy. Good thing I was just driving someone. I wasn't there myself because I would have been hella pissed. And then you go to like the other towns. Wasco, McFarland, Delano, Taft, Buttonwillow. Did I say Shafter? Shafter if I haven't. Lost Hills, Arvin, Lamont, T-John, Tejon. And I'm not sure if there's more other. Technically, where I live is called Greenfield. It's a small town next to Bakersfield. I don't know how many population. But when you get to see all of that, it makes you think and wonder, like, wow, it's different. It just hits you in a different way. And it's kind of like, I'm not sure if sad is the right word to say, but like for the people that have never got to experience like little stuff, minor stuff, it's what makes it in a way sad, because okay, for instance, I'm gonna tell you a little story. I had a buddy of mine or a colleague of mine hit me up. They're like, hey, where you watching the fight? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it at my cousin's, blah blah blah, this, blah blah that. And he's like, hey, let's hit up Dave and Buster's. It's this place with a lot of tippies. There's a bar, there's this. I'm like, yeah, I know what Dave and Buster's is. I've been there, quite a few. And he's like, how? It's place is brand new. And I was like, well, where I come from, there's like 5 of them. And he's like, oh shit, oh okay. I'm like, when he hit me like that, I was like, fuck, like, it's crazy, it's crazy. I remember when I was 17, living out here, how lonely it was. There was nothing for fun. That's when people say, I want to get the hell out of Bakersfield because it's boring. That's what they meant. It was boring. Now it's kind of active. You have your little bars, you have your little billiards, you have a lot of restaurants that are not as great, but we can find some great ones, and we will find some great ones. If you want to go get some like naranjas, aguacates, si quieres ir encontrar algo como un montón, te vas lejos, a Porterville, a agarrar tus frutas, pero en montón, no cositas. Te vas hasta las esquinas de Bakersfield para encontrar gente que vende aguacates, así bien del árbol y todo. Y eso es donde está la diferencia. You're like, la renta está más barata, pero también es el puro mínimo. No encuentras que te paguen bien. ¿Cuáles son las diferencias? ¿Qué puedo hacer? La comida a veces está buena, a veces no está buena. Los eventos can be big if you like those kind of events. They have like arena things where in Orange County you don't really have arenas. You go to nightclubs. There's nightclubs over here too though. So it's like a give or take. Their downtown scene is not as great. It's small compared to Orange County, where Santa Ana, their downtown scene might be small, but Fullerton is big. And you're like, damn, and you're bar hopping when you can do that too here, but not really. Everything's sometimes too spread out to go bar hopping. You're bar driving. And that's dangerous if you're buzzed or drunk. The summers are hot. The winters are cold. Look at me. I was ready to record in the summer, but the garage was super hot. It's hectic. The level of patience you can have here to live in the heat, to live in the cold, it's you gotta have it up here, bro. You gotta have it up here. The level how can I say it? The level of not caring for everything. Like if your life is about out there and about and all that, yeah, you're not gonna like it. But if you're done with all that life, if you're done with all that and you just want to chill, relax, get off away from all the bullshit, all the stress from out there, and you just want to go live in a fucking farm, yeah, you'll like it. I don't live in a farm. Better yet, I do live in the bigger cities, so like everything still looks like a neighborhood. It just looks like a regular town. I'm just talking about everything else is like literally stretched out pretty far, and I am in the very edge, so everything is very stretched out to me. That Highway 58 that takes you to the west, that one's a big help because it takes you from side to side in less than 15 minutes. Before, it would be like 30 minutes because it's all streets, one freeway, the 99, or of course the 118 or 178, the one that takes you to Lake Isabella. The 58 East also takes you over there to the which one takes you to Vegas? For the 15 takes you to the 15, takes you to Barstow in that direction. But yeah, man, I don't think it's enough for one video. What I have experienced. I know that I moved out here in a low part of my life. Money wise, emotional wise, or mental state wise, I should say, where everything was so demanding to me. It was harsh. Reality was my reality, and it was just bad. It was just, I can say 2024 was a bad year. I cannot push through to the next level, to the next. It was just hard. But in a way, because it was so small, everything was so separated from my world of what it was to what's the new costume. I ended up falling in love with the town. But then again, I loved it back in 2008 when I lived out here. When I lived out here in 2018, I loved it. So it was easy for me to. It's like a black hole. I just keep sinking back in. Maybe because I'm that nature guy, you know. I love Even if it's just a desert look, I love looking into a distance and thinking what's going on. So for me, a small town is much, much better. Especially if you have like two jobs, three jobs. If you get a job that has a lot of overtime, if you get a good paying job, not a career, just a job, yeah, you'll live good. You'll live good, and you can rent yourself a little one bedroom apartment. In this case, I have a 3 bedroom house for 1,800, and I have two jobs. I had three, but the body, you can only work so much before the body takes you away, and it tells you no more. Oh, it's time to let one go. A lot of meditation worked out here too. A lot of meditation. If you're all about the scene, small town ain't for you. If you're all about the scene, small town ain't for you. Even if it's the bigger city, there's only like 4 theaters. There's like a racetrack. There's one arena for like concerts. There's another one for like cowboy dancing or norteño, pues, así cuando se juega, bailan en arena, which I've yet to experience. Me gustaría zapatear en la pinche tierra que se levanta el pinche polvo. Uf, that would be fucking sick. Con mis botas vaqueras, con mi pinche tejana. Ya parece yo con tejana. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. The coast was 30 minutes away from me. Now it's 2 hours. The mountain is 1 hour. Before it was like 2 hours and a half. The theater's still there, so as long as I have a theater, I will always fly. Other than that, people, I'll probably give you another one because I didn't plan it as much. I just wanted to talk about it. And for now, I'm loving the small town living. I do. So you guys have a good night, a good morning, good evening. A toda madre.